So sharing our intentions today, expanding the heart and learning to use it in new ways. Thank you, Heinz, with the word of the day is genius.
Mm.
Anything you'd like to add, Heinz?
I feel the genius being with you because I get to sort of log on to others' perspective and get a broader horizon, more points of views. And I also get the news about the rugby teams.
And you get to practice what's there for you to test. And it's like we get to test what's in our heart. And when we release it, we put it out there. That's the best gauge to say, oh, is that true or not for me? How would I improve it? And it's not improve, but how would I align it there? Thanks, Allison.
Exactly, getting a lot of different perspectives. So we got the possibilities and create new choices within the choice. Expansive.
Yes. Modify it when it's limiting. Like anything else, Science?
Nah, I'm good. I'm waiting for the next.
Thank you. My intention is space for creating. Space for your and my genius, our genius, our creative genius. And making space for those necessary breakthroughs. Whenever and however they appear. My words for today are equal. Equal space, equal time, equal spotlight. Equal in being human. Equal in choosing freely to be here for the time we're here. Those are my words for this morning, and I'm complete.
It was beautiful.
Thank you, Jason.
Wow, that was wow. Thank you. Much appreciate that. Wow.
She had gifted us with unification.
Yeah, no, I just love that. You know, I really, really love that because unification with God, you know, it's
I
like
was
being with
thinking,
one. Yeah, sorry, Chi. I was using your word for the day as Alison brought it up now.
go ahead.
I just
Yeah.
love it because what's come up for me with unification when I also, that's why I laughed about my word for the day, because it's like, it doesn't really fit in. It's so unfitted. It's like, are you kidding me? But what I love about your word is being one with him in mind, heart, and will at all times. We never want to be separated from God or do anything that is the contrary of his will. You know?
Yours is about a team.
Yes.
We're all
Right?
part of a team. Yeah.
I love that.
So it's so heartwarming being in this team here today now, because Denmark, like Heinz said, it's storming, it's cold outside, and being here, present with you guys is such a heartwarming feeling, because all the ingredients that are put in this one is expanding, one is equalizing, one is teaming, one is all this together. Yeah, great energy.
Example with Nelson Mandela, it's what rugby represents, it's not the rugby itself. It's that the whole world can be behind what 4 teams that are left, and still they may not come from South Africa, England, or whomever's in the other semi-final, but they'll still be rooting for them. For the great sportsmanship, for their achievements in life. Like you said, Nikki, with the captain who's been doing it ever since he was a child. His whole life has been leading to this moment.
Yeah, who's their star player now? Nikki. He's a black man. And and captain of the team, which is really amazing when you consider that 30 years ago, black people wouldn't have gone anywhere near the Baka. And now blacks are the cornerstone of rugby in South Africa.
Yeah, I hear that. It's so true. Yeah.
Thank you, Chief, for your unification.
Thank you, Chi.
Welcome.
Thank you, Hans.
Yeah, thank you, Heinz. Thank you, Jesse.
My pleasure.
Mm.
We have expanding space for unification. Halfway through.
It's interesting when you think about that expansion, or what is in that expansion. And when we sit in the quiet of the silence, how much there is for us to connect to. And if you think about what Craig was talking about in terms of the change in one country, and about the leadership that took place for that space. And you know how things can go horribly wrong for many, many, many people. But if you could keep that intention for unification and expansion, how much that contributes.
Yeah, and all a leader can really do is facilitate it.
Yep.
You know, and stay strong in keeping that space open.
But they're doing the opposite. You know, it's all about divide. There's so much division out there.
Yes.
Yeah, politics in general has really gone that way lately.
Yeah, it's divide and conquer. Yeah.
It's more, it's more divisive than it's ever been, especially here in America.
Same in Denmark. The government of Denmark is now both red and blue. It's the first time in 50 years they work together.
Wow.
Alignment.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be happening all over the planet. But in the meantime, there's a lot of growing pains that way.
Well,
you know, this realization that division is kind of futile.
Well, it took South Africa 40 years, Craig.
Yes, exactly. Well, I'm sure there's still hiccups there too.
Oh, the massive hiccups.
Yeah, exactly. So having patience during transitions is really quite a gift.
And it's a choice that we make when we are able to. and how important each choice is every single day. Not that you've got to get it right all the time at all, but in the overall, what's your direction? What's your orientation? And one of the talks that I listened to yesterday, this neuroscientist said that we are the sum of our decisions.
Mm.
Yep. So let's choose well.
Mm.
Yes, and choose intentionally,
What
consciously.
Exactly.
And we are some of our patterns.
Yes. So it's the decisions that we make about our patterns, right? And how we drop the old and experiment with the new.
Yeah, I noticed too when looking back on when I first joined MagMind community, it was really easy to be kind of flippant about my choices. And then all of a sudden one day it wasn't. Like I realized I needed to find my heart's own true choice. You know, besides the core four, I needed one that was very personal, very true to myself. And that changed everything for me, actually.
That makes me think again about Jesse's observation of the charge that we have around words. And if we match our words with our own vibration, there's a resonance. And it's almost like that resonance then pulls us forward.
Yes.
Pulls us in the direction.
Yeah, the resonance itself is magnetic.
Yep.
Afternoon, Ian.
Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Hi.
Afternoon, Ian.
Morning.
Good morning, Shaman.
Good morning.
Yes.
Well, it is my morning because I've not long woke up. I was up all night doing Chris's 3-day virtual event and I didn't go to sleep till 8 a.m. So it's cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm grateful that I got to do it. And I always can't sleep after a recode, so it wakes
Yeah,
me up.
right. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
on it last night too. It was intense. It was good.
Yeah. And then after a recode, I can't sleep. It
Oh,
wakes
that
me up.
recode was out of control. Did you hear it? I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just not thinking
It's
straight here.
alright.
So
Too bright.
It's
I'm
grateful to
still
be
like
there.
going, what was that? What was that? Because he actually said it was one of the recodes that he actually has never had such deep for a very long time. You know, he got really deep with that. You know, he's never had such intense recode for a very long time. That's what he said. Mm.
So many people, new people have only just done their first recode as well. So
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Mm. It was interesting what was coming up also, you know, in the recode. Mm. Yeah.
Welcome in to expanding heart space, unifying, aligning, excited. And the rest of the details in the chat for you. With the question, what's your intention for being here?
I just like coming. I like being around you all. Connection, I think. Yeah, connection. Heartfelt connection.
Mm.
It was an example of what Heinz was speaking about earlier, right? It's like, listening to others, right? That's helpful. And then listening to ourselves. It's like Ian, I heard, was finding it through different words.
Mm.
And using G's word, unification.
Of heart-centered. I lost it to heart connections.
So when Ian and Nikki were talking about recode, for me, it's another example of how somebody, I mean, the recode was Gary Flint's life's work. And he couldn't get anybody to recognize it enough to invest in research. And it was, I think, only in the last 15 years of his life. And he was in his 80s when he died, I think. He'd spent all that time working with it, getting satisfaction from what he could do with the people that he did it with. But if Colette Straker hadn't come along, his work would have, in many ways, have died, like so many beautiful, wonderful creations do. It's not that they were for nothing at all. So keeping the intention of why he developed it in the first place. Was to make a substantial difference to people. Good morning, Sindral.
Good morning, Sindral.
Morning, Sindral.
Good morning,
Good
Central.
morning. Thank you. Good morning, beautiful souls.
Hey, little red coat.
You always take me there. There we go. Big smile, skipping along. The sky is clear. It doesn't even matter if it rains. My coat is waterproof. Your intention for being here this day.
Morning, Sandra.
Good morning, sister.
I'll recap it so that you're there. Allison, to your comment of Flint, it's in the life's work, right? We think, oh, it's over when our life's over. Could be, it could be a way. And when in reality, it's might be just early in time. Always slow in the beginning before there's momentum. So the group's intentions are expanding the heart, unifying together, creating space, aligning, connecting, excitement. An hour in, focusing on our intentions again and again. How are you doing? Are you aligned? How do you build and expand on the first hour into the next hour?
Could I ask a question? Anyone that was on Chris's call last night, the 3-day breakthrough, so I didn't fully understand it. He said the present is coded, and he said present, and I don't know what I meant by the present is coded. Could anyone elaborate on that? Or...
We spoke a bit about that today. What was the word we said in that? We are. We spoke around the sum of your patterns. You are You are at this point, all of your decisions, all your choices to this point. You're an accumulation of them.
Oh, so it means the present is the coding of the past. That's what I meant by coding.
That's what I would interpret it as.
Yeah, thank you. I just didn't fully understand when you said the present is coded. Thank you. I understand now. Thank you.
I need the pieces here.
Too much gear.
It's sort of like saying the past brought you to the present.
Mhm. Then we can go deeper to it. Then it's, are you playing the same code? Are you running the same code? Or are you changing the inputs, the choices?
Mhm, mhm.
So it's like our past experiences is the coding, and that's running our present moment because we're remembering the past.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you. I understand now.
Past can even be 5 minutes ago.
Yep.
We coded it then, but it's a code you're then running in the present now.
Mm.
Yeah, there's something new for you in the present moment.
Mm.
There can be, if we're aware of it, if we choose it, if we create space for it. Otherwise,
Yes.
our tendency is just to play the same thing again and again
Mm.
without ever looking at it, without ever being aware of it. And that's all the recoding is.
Yes.
The recode's a new perspective.
So I
Yeah,
love the question. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that it's there. It's always there, whether we're aware of it or not.
Yep.
Mhm.
So it's almost like you got to choose to be aware in the moment.
Mhm.
Ooh, that is the dancing skill.
Yeah. Give attention to the moment instead of being somewhere else.
Yes. So I'm still resting in the intention for being here. And that question has helped ground, give words, shape and form to my intentions. And even in the conversation of it, there's consciousness and there's the allowability of deeper, more in tune alignment of consciousness and what is present. And my intention for being here, even though we talk and sometimes we're silent, is to sit in communion with the present and with the DNA of all that I am and tweak it for today to not be stuck in yesterday, to bring from yesterday what I choose, what serves today, what serves the intention of today, and to be aware of the choice to choose. And sometimes to just feel what is, to see if that's what I want to choose. I don't have to choose. I don't even have to take the time to be conscious of the intention of choice. It's like looking in the mirror of right now and being able to joyfully pick from whatever source I desire to and have some of this and some of that for what works. It's like pulling up to the gas station and saying, do I want diesel or high test or regular? You know, what's going to serve me that I can serve? Because when I receive that which I choose, it allows my expansion to breathe, to inhale, to exhale, to have a heartbeat, and for me to be aware that I am as I choose. So my intention is to choose joyfully, intentionally, what vibes right for me so that I can expand my love in the world, my joy in the world, and not, you know, serving is a beautiful thing, but when you can serve just by being you, it's a continuous reciprocation of growth and expansion and beingness. So my intention is to be the best me, the best love, the best smile, the best lights coming out of my eyes. And not even being attached to the end result. That's who I love being, walking through this thing called earth and life and choice. And leaving behind me things better, vibrations better, more electric, more alive than what they were. It's called living fully, abundantly.
Wow. Good morning, Pascal.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Pascal.
Yeah, wow.
Good morning, Pascal.
Yes. Yes. Wow, 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 wow. It's like you expressed my heart by saying with words. Yeah, being my authentic self.
And how important that is.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful exploration to see how we are, how we've been made. And we're not confined to this world, but we can share in it. We can give in it. We can flex with it. We can cocoon and nest with it. But it's moments, it's times. Isn't it wonderful not to be defined?
Yeah, just like water, right? That will take the shape of the recipient.
Yes.
Whichever that is.
Yes. And we're
flexible,
recipients.
Yeah.
To live as recipients of whatever we choose. And when we're honest with our heart and our choices, we're really attracted to that which we are. In the purest sense. I went into the food store yesterday and I intentionally made sure I held my head up and I smiled and I looked people in their eyes, because people are looking for light and recognition. Man, I counted smiles. I looked at people, I spoke, just random conversations, but I looked them in their eyes and smiled. Just to remind them that they are beautiful.
Cinderella's smile would light up anyone's day.
Yeah, and by doing that, like you realize, or when you're not doing that too, right? Because like now I'm more aware than like when I'm looking at someone in the eye and they're looking away, or myself when they're looking at me but I'm looking away, right? So yeah, and in the impact, well, I do it with my son, it's a lot easier, right? He doesn't walk yet, or he doesn't even crawl, so he has nowhere to go. So I'm staring at his eyes quite a bit. And like he does as well. And I think like my wife, like she noticed that connection that's getting stronger and stronger just by staring at each other's eyes.
Eyes are windows to the soul.
Yeah.
Ooh. And when you stare in her eyes, oh, when you see her, when you see the parts of her that are open and revealed to you, but not always reflected in your interaction, but to stop and just look into your wife's eyes.
Yeah.
The sharing, it's something when to look into the innocence in a baby's eyes and to transmit and to nurture, the evolution of geniusness and infinity and limitlessness. And when you do that with another adult, because they have power of agency as well.
Yeah, and to let them know with the eyes that they're okay to share anything with me. Because I'm just a reflection.
Yes. And it's vulnerability too. It's vulnerability that really it strengthens one another, and it's trust, like just in being is trust.
Pascal, while you were talking about what you do with Kai, what came to me was the more that, and this is from our meditation teaching, it's not mine, the more that we empty ourselves, the more space there is for the reflection of the light from which we come.
Say that again. The more we empty our souls.
And
the more reflection of our creator we become.
And it's a difficult translation. I'd really like to know what the wording is in in Indian languages. I mean, there's so many of them, but it's emptying of attachment. That's what it boils down to. So it's like what you were saying, Sindrel, about being there without expectation of the outcome, of doing your heart's intent and not expecting anything other than the experience of doing your heart's content.
That's why I come here. I love this.
Mm. Oh, you add so much to the group. We all do. It's amazing.
It's to experience, like we have this experience here.
Mm-hmm.
And I choose for more of it when I'm not on the line, you know. It's like the invigorations, it's like the air is just integrating with the air that we breathe. It's like, ooh, it's electric.
Mm-hmm.
There are times that I'm just like amazed, like I could be totally by myself for, you know, I may be busy doing, busy being. And then I'll just, you know, stop and have this moment of like, life is electric. It's like you feel stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like what it's like to be alive, to be vibrant, to feel, to integrate with what is, and yet it not be overcrowded, you know. Experiencing the experience without expectation. That was good. I love that.
Yeah, because at the core level, we're just a vibration.
Yeah.
And it's to let all the electromagnetic interference to that vibration, and that pure love or pure self comes online more and more.
Pure love, right? The existence of being is pure love. That we were created pure love. You know, the word says God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, right? But even before he did that, pure beingness, pure love, God created us. And he created us. He said, be fruitful and multiply. But before he said, be fruitful and multiply, he, she, it, whatever composite of limitation that we give it to define that creation, is pure love made us the infinite existence, perpetual beingness we were made. And so when today, out of all of the, through the whole spectrum and of time, from ever existence to forever existence, that's what we are. And to experience
being love. We are, you talk about being authentic and talk about getting to your inner core beingness and living that from the inside out, and knowing, when you know what you know, and you know that you know that you know, oh man, pure love. Like I could translate right now from the medical, physical beingness, that which I am, and I still be pure love. When my brother was I reflect on him a lot, because there were like 7 years between us, and he lived a very rambunctious, totally unconfined, defined life as he was coming to know the energies of himself in this world. And on his dying bed, he was like, his body actually renewed. He's as he was ascending, like I would go see him every weekend. I was in Maryland, he was in Jersey, and I was like, I gotta go. I don't know if this is the last one, but I think I had to go so that I could see, so God could let me see that as rough of a life that he lived, and he lived, he lived, he had, he was on morphine, not morphine, that's the drug they give you when you're supposed to be coming off of drugs at the clinics. But he was, he had AIDS, he had like different things, he lived in the street sometime. He was an awesome construction worker, the heyday of his work. He loved walking high on the beams, but the point is, his body was degraded. And he said, Cindy, he says, I did terrible things to my body. I let terrible things happen to my body. He says, I'm not even a man anymore. Right. And he was like, I saw him go, like, to have such deep reflections on his life from week to week. And as the weeks went by, and he would, sometime I'd come in the room and his mind was definitely living out of heaven, definitely living out of that realm, right? And he was saying, I got new shoes. He says, I'm good. My legs are good. His skin renewed. It's like he was strengthening, to me to call it strengthening, but he was actually spiritually renewing from the inside out. And there he came closer and closer to that which he came from, and that's eternal creation. And where he had lived, his reflections went from degradation to just renewed glory. And when I was sitting there, I would be with him and come in the room. It's like I was walking into a realm of heaven. Like the seventh heaven was open in his room. And it's like he, I saw his body, but his whole being is like kind of was metabolizing into a full energy zone. And he had no regrets. It's like he came to know his creator in a way through death, like he never really had the peace of experiencing in life. And it was just amazing. And God let him see how magnificent he was in leaving this realm, had no holes and bars on him for whatever he ever did that he felt was wrong or bad or sinful. It was an awesome, beautiful experience. Sometimes I think I'm the earthly angel of death to help people affirm that it's okay to go. When I don't even know that I know, but I know that it's in me that I know that it is okay to go and not fear and look forward to it. And even have that feeling of death here as we live, the energy of being. This is why I come here, so I can even understand and articulate and feel and talk truth with souls that resonate with it, that get it, that reach for it, that expand into it. This is love.
Yeah, what a beautiful perspective of looking at death.
Yes, thank you, Central.
You know what came to mind for me, Sandrove, was the process of everything, nothing, and something. And the other thing that came to mind for me was that when you reflected that you kind of think that you're there to facilitate transition, even though your perspective is that you have never died, so you don't know what it's like to die, but you know that you do know. And I think that for me, that's an example of being empty, so that people can find their reflection and their process of transition.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that letting go.
Yes. Ooh, yes. And so
Yeah, letting go
even
that you hurt people, letting go of your material stuff. Like letting go of everything, especially because like what remind me is my dad, right? Like, so he was he was on his deathbed. Like there's nothing you could do. But the beautiful thing now that I reflect is everything he was letting go every day.
Mhm.
And then like that pure love just comes online. Even though like I always saw my dad as just pure love. Like he also had his pattern. He has, I didn't see them because I had the same one. But now that I can reflect, I'm like, okay, he was letting go of this and that and that and that. And then like to see him like all calm and yeah, like you said, Sindrell, he was in communion with God.
Mm.
It's
Like
the
he
last
was
thing
just
we get.
completely whole. Yeah.
It's the last thing we get to detach from. It's our body.
Mm-hmm.
But up until then, we got to just detach more and more.
Mm.
Of the anger, of the
Mm.
whatever we got.
Mm.
Doesn't serve us. And we are lucky we are here that we can detach earlier than when we are leaving the body, so it will
Yes.
That's
be an
it.
easier attempt.
Exactly.
Yes. Ooh, the power of detachment. Hallelujah.
Mm-hmm.
The Zen monks talk about if you die on the mat once a day, you never
Yes.
have to die.
Yes.
Actually, they say just die on the mat once and you never have to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the purpose of life, right? It's
It
to
is.
die when you're alive.
Yeah. Die before you're dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's the key to the resurrection, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. I just gave
You got to die
more.
to live resurrected, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
it,
Yes.
it's funny because like last night I had a dream that I was astral traveling.
Wow.
Ooh.
A dream that I was astral traveling, and I try so hard to astral traveling, but then it was the dream of astral traveling.
Boy, you
And
dreamed.
like, yeah, I don't know, like it's just so confusing.
It was a safe place to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. And before, like, I'd say 2 days before, and then like 3 days before, I had dreams that I was losing everything.
Hmm. Wow. Sure, Pascal.
And then I was okay with it. Like, it's like my house, she got kind of a broken into, but like I'm in house and people are just taking my stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I should go lock this door. And then they're coming by the window, they're coming everywhere. And I'm like, oh, well, I still have my garage. And then I look at my window and then like, they're already taking stuff from my garage. And I was like, just take it, you know?
It's like the chicken wings that they took, Pascal.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. They were hungry. You know?
Gosh, this is so divine. Thank you for sharing those.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll say
Pascal.
something.
Sorry, Nikki.
Hello, hello.
I'll share something. Nikki, I know you'll get a kick out of this. So I was working with a teenager and I had to ask, just some basic questions. And one of them is, does the family have any religion that you follow? And she said, no, I don't follow any religion, but my dad and my brother follow soccer. And that's South African
Oh
rugby,
God,
right?
that was perfect because I got tears running down my face. I am just like, wow. Like I was really like, am I going to come with tears? I don't know, but yes, I am. But then I got to laugh. And it was a real belly laugh. So I can like release that because it was a lot. You know, my word for the day was sharing. And I actually said excitement, exciting to share the rugby. And I thought, well, that's so insignificant, right? I mean, you look at all the words
No,
today.
it's not. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
whole
that,
right.
I'm getting to the point of that because what you just all did now as a team, you were sharing. But not only sharing, you were feeling. You got into the feeling. You got into the feeling. And it could just be right here, right now, experiencing that with you in this now moment. I thought to myself, well, I'm a very good girl today. I'm not been on, I've been very quiet. If you haven't noticed, okay, there's slight improvements happening here. I got to give myself a pat on the back because I thought I was exploding. I thought oh my God, I had to hold myself and just feel it all. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, is this real? Like literally, is this really real? Like right now, is this the real deal? Oh, yes, it is.
No, yes, it is. I love the way you say that.
And you know, when Pastor came in, I didn't say good morning. So I said hello now. But you know, when you hear that word come up in someone else, the authentic self, yeah. And I got to say, he was a team player in that for me. It really started. You got to know where you start, where it started. Yeah, where it started. And where it started was, I hear you, but I don't hear your heart. He said it straight like that, just like that. I thought, yo, that I felt like, whoa. And you know, regardless of what he said a couple of weeks ago, he said, well, that was also a reflection of me. But you need that person to come and allow you to see, you know, to really feel your heart, like feel. So when I hear myself with everyone now, it's so interesting to think, wow, we've been a team player all this time. And isn't it wonderful that I can be here and yeah, he's there. I'm talking about everyone now, but I'm just giving Pascal and I a chance to, and so, you know, isn't it? It's very empowering. It's very empowering. That's what I'm saying. It's very empowering. And when it speaks to your heart, there's nothing else. There's nothing really else. It's a really wonderful way of experiencing it with others, you know. And so I just wanted to say thank you. It was beautiful. Yeah, and I got a huge release coming. A big release came, you know, honestly, and you know just this last thing that comes with me, you know, Fibonacci. Yeah, Fibonacci. Why am I bringing up Fibonacci? Sequence is astounding and important because it acts as a map for spiritual growth. We start in the beginning, where we begin to understand that our actions have a reaction, to gain the knowledge of where we disconnect and how to move on helps us to spiral out. That's something I can say, wow, I can only express this here. So when Sandral says, isn't it wonderful to be able to express that? To me, that has fulfilled me my cup today.
Thank
That
you.
really filled my cup today. I am now ready for the rugby. Yes. Yes, thank you. And this brings me a lot of joy. Please just bear with me. It's just a lot of joy. It's like a joy that is beyond and above, it's just, it's a, thank you. Thank you for letting me feel that, Thank you for allowing me to be participant. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, it's really an honor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What came to me now also was that it's interesting that when we detach, in many ways, we then reattach. But what we're reattaching to is so vast and so vibrant, and there's so much momentum that we don't really have words for it other than light and love. And we seldom realize that by letting go, we make space for that connection, which is exactly what happened for Sandrell's brother. And she saw that progress, that progression. And she experienced it with him.
That's so true. And as Pascal also spoke about his father, and she spoke about her brother, but I can also bring my father in too, because that was exactly the same of what they were feeling. I felt. And I could feel that intensely when she was speaking. And it was, I'm just observing. Because you know why? Can I just say why? Because we are conscious there, okay? We are conscious observing our reality. So yes, thank you very much for allowing me to observe myself, that I didn't have to get off my seat and go, yes, Sandrell, yes. I had to just contain myself, and it was beautiful. Wasn't that just beautiful? That I could allow that words to penetrate in me. Put me so straight. I thought, my dear, I'm ready to take off with you now. I mean, I am there with you right now. You see, that to me, you can have. Just like Pascal says in the meditation, you can be here, but you can be there. Woo! Feel that. Where we're going, baby. Yeah, change. We are changing. We are changing as we speak, because this is what's so exciting. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And then when you hear Pascal speak about his father, and I know the relationship a little bit because he did a lot of woodwork with his father. He built with his daddy. He was a builder. He built. He built, my dear. He was a builder. He wasn't a so-called complainer. No, he built. He built with his father. He learned how to build. Build. Boom. Build. Foundationally, build into his son. When he looks into his son's eyes, he's building with him. Not just, it's so empowering. It's so magnificent. So get ready, because Fibonacci, baby, Fibonacci, that's what we were about. Fibonacci sequence, here we come. And you just got to just allow it, This is what it is. You just allow it. I know it's all like in our old and I knew, and our old and I knew, and our old and I knew. We always with the shadow. This is why we entwine with our shadow. We're not shy of our shadow. The shadow is part of us. This is who we are. We get to just allow it, you know what I mean? And let it be shown that others can see. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. It's just a way of being, right? You know, it's a way of being, a way we think. It's the language of your brain. Your feelings are the language of your body, the state of being. You want to be in the state of being. It's just what it is. We don't have to think about it anymore. We become it. We are it right now. And we're experiencing it. So it don't get better than that. I'm just saying. So thank you. It doesn't. Yeah. So I'm very thankful. Wow. It's just explosive, man. I mean, I don't know. I do know, but I'm just saying I also don't know. And that's okay. Because you know that it's just
Okay. All right. Just a deep breath. Whew. There we go. That was a lot. Thank you.
So why did you have to ask me to stop?
Space.
When you
There was a pause. Enjoy the pause. Thank you. Regather, regroup, align to the intentions. Otherwise, it's a pattern.
Yeah, and it's time for my word. Coherence.
What does that mean for you? What does that feel for you?
To me, it means giving everything the space to come together. Giving all the parts, facilitating communion.
So we have to ask ourselves what we can bring to the group.
Allowing the silence to do its perfect work.
Yeah, on that note, I gotta leave, guys. So have a wonderful day. My wife's gotta go work early, so. And I'm a lucky guy that I'm gonna spend my whole day with Kai again. So big love to everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Blessings,
Pascal.
Thank you.
Love and hugs, Pascal.
Wonderful day, Pascal.
Absolutely. You too. Bye.
So communion. Bringing together authentic selves. Being, serving, allowing, beingness. Aligning, alignment. Aligning heart connections. Sharing excitement. Unification, unifying together. Space. To expand our heart language. It's what we gathered today to do. We did. Broke through. And now we can scatter.
Yeah, another great day here.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks all.
Love and hugs, everyone.
Bye.